Octong ink song on ski. I don't watch too much Rush Hour. Anyway, welcome back. Welcome back. We are making egg rolls, bourbon chicken, and a little white rice. Join us. Join us. Um. So right now we are starting off with getting the stuff together for the egg rolls. This is my first time making egg rolls. I was gonna make lumpias, but they did not have the lumpia wrappers where I went grocery shopping, so I was like, this gonna have to do. It's literally the same thing. They just changed the wrappers. Um, which I was really annoyed because I did want to make lumpias. Shout out to my Spanish teacher in high school, Miss Blood, Miss Blood. I was in the Spanish club and everything, y'all. Nah, I'm just playing. I didn't learn nothing. Don't tell Miss Platt that though. Um, I just went and got in the Spanish club thinking we was gonna learn, but we didn't do nothing at Spanish club but eat. And every time she hosted a Spanish club like meeting, it was just for us to pull up at the crib, eat, and then go home. And I used to always tell her like, "Hey, can you make some lumpias?" Because every time she made those, honey, just give me the bowl. Because honestly, everybody else can get about two apiece. I don't even care. Um, but yeah, this video is pretty self-explanatory like the other cooking videos I do. Just pay attention and watch. I ain't gonna do a bunch of talking. I did put the seasonings that I use for the egg rolls and the bourbon chicken below. The only thing I was missing in bourbon chicken is bourbon, but I have never used that in the recipe I use anyway. But I heard that when you do use the bourbon in it, it hits even better. But think of the bourbon chicken from when you would go to the mall and get you some before you head it out. Yeah, it's that concept. Very delicious, It was pretty easy to make. I already had leftover white rice, so I was like, I'm gonna just pair that with it. And the egg rolls were not that hard to make either. That was actually my first time, or this is, making them, and they was good. I actually didn't even end up eating my plate of food last night. I just was like, just eat it tomorrow. But I did snack on one of the egg rolls, and honey, that shit was bussin'. So I cannot wait to eat the whole plate today for lunch at work. It's gonna be so delicious. Anyways, vibe out, watch me, and I will be back when the final result is shown. For the egg rolls, though, I am using ground pork. And then for the chicken, I use chicken breast, of course. But if you want it to be even tender and juicier, chicken thighs is the best way to go for the bourbon chicken. I just didn't have any. I use a lot of white meat over the dark meat. But go with the chicken thighs. So just thought I'd add that before you get to vibing out. Inserting again. Anyways, once you get to adding all the goodness to the bourbon chicken, you want to put a top on that, let that simmer a little bit, let that sauce thicken up some, and that meat get a little bit more tender in there. So go do something else. Return back to it maybe 5-10 minutes. You should be good. Now, I did indeed put these in the air. Oh, not the air, honey. It's hella grease right there. The grease, the regular fryer, the deep fryer, because I just wasn't finna put a pan of grease on the stove like bump it. I'm just gonna throw y'all in there. But they was busting, like I said, so look at them. If you were to make the lumpias, which I think I'm gonna still do a video on that, the wrappers look like the spring rolls. So I don't know. I like those. These was good though. I think I want to make some Philly cheesesteak ones. Those would probably slap. What y'all think? Anyway, look here, look here, look here. Oh my goodness. The plate just looked immaculate, you know. That's a big word for Elmo. But anyway, hope you enjoyed watching. Love y'all support. You already know.